Hi class, let us solve, when the motion of a continuum for some certain of a, certain motion of a continuum, velocities components are given. We have to find the velocity in this, material form and acceleration in both material and spatial form. Okay, let us now look at this problem. So this is certain, okay. So for a certain motion of a continuum, they have given the velocity components. V1 is this, V2 and V3. Okay, so let us see, we have xi and t is there. So they have given vi's in terms of xi and t. That means they have given the velocity in the spatial form. So we have to find the velocity in the what form? In the material form. And they have given already this in the spatial form. So this is not there in the question. So question is only to find the velocity in the material form. And we have to find the acceleration in both material and spatial form. Okay, yes. So let us find now what is given, we'll write down. So what is given? Given velocity in the spatial form. Okay, so what is V1? V1 is x1 by 1 plus t. V2 is 2x2 by 1 plus t. V3 is 3x3 by 1 plus t. So once they have given velocity in the spatial form, so what is easy to do now? We can easily find the acceleration in the spatial form. So it's nothing but just take vi's, differentiate with respect to t with xi is fixed. Correct? No? Because spatial form. Whenever it is in the spatial form, remember we have to differentiate with respect to t with what fixed? Xi coordinates fixed. So now ai is nothing but dou vi by dou t, xi fixed. Dou vi by dou t with xi fixed. I equal to 1 to 3. So what is A1? A1 is nothing but dou V1 by dou t, xi fixed. So take V1. So here is V1. So differentiate with respect to t. X1 is constant. So keep x1 constant as it is. And 1 by 1 plus t differentiation is minus 1 by 1 plus t whole square. That's our A1. Fine. Take A2 now. A2 is nothing but dou V2 by dou t with xi fixed. So take, V2. So 2xi is constant as it is. 1 by 1 plus t differentiation is minus 1 by 1 plus t whole square. Okay, call it as 3. Similarly, take A3. So A3 is nothing but dou V3 by dou t with xi fixed. So V3 is here. Okay, so 3x3 as it is. 1 by 1 plus t differentiation is minus 1 by 1 plus t the whole square. Fine. So equations 2, 3, 4 are nothing but acceleration in spatial form. S-P-A-T-I-A-L. Okay, spatial form. Yes. So now we finished, acceleration finding in spatial form. Now we have to find acceleration in the both we found in spatial. No, we want to find in material form. So for that, I need the motion in the material form. So let us obtain the motion in the material form. Let us find the motion in the material form. Okay, to obtain the motion in the material form. Take V1 equal to x1 by 1 plus t. They had given this. What is V1? V1 is dou x1 by dou t. We are finding in the material form, no? So xi naught fixed. So dou x1 by dou t, xi naught fixed. That is equal to x1 by 1 plus t as it is. So dou x1 by dou t equal to x1 by 1 plus t. Okay. Now, separating the variables. Dou x1 by x1 equal to dou t by 1 plus t, separating x1 and t. Now integrating. So log x1 LHS equal to log 1 plus t plus a constant of integration. Since xi naughts are constants, we'll take the constant as a function of xi naughts. Here we have taken as k, a function of xk naught. Since I have log and log, I am taking log for this constant also. right? So log of f of xk naught. Now, I can eliminate log everywhere. So we are going to get x1 equal to this function into 1 plus t, right? So x1 is this. Now we have to find what is this function. Now to find this function, that is, it's nothing but a constant, no? So how do you find the constant? We take the conditions. So what is the initial condition? When t is 0, we know that x1 is x1 naught. Why we are dealing with only x1 here? Because I have x1 here. Fine. So when t is 0, x1 is x1 naught. So put that, use that condition. So put t equal to 0. This t is 0 here. So, and x1 is nothing but x1 naught. So x1 naught equal to f of xk naught as it is 1 plus t. T is nothing but 0 here. Right? T is 0. So you are going to get f of xk naught equal to x1 naught. So using that, now what is x1 now? So therefore, using this now, so x1 is equal to x1 naught into 1 plus t, called as equation 5. Similarly, we'll take v2, same steps. v2 is nothing but dou x2 by dou t, xi naught is fixed, 2x2 by 1 plus t. Separating the variables, x2 one side and t the other side. Integrating, so log x2. This is 2 log of 1 plus t. Integration, we know, no. And constant, we are taking it as log of some function of xk naught. Right? Now eliminating log, I'm going to get x2 is equal to this 2 will come to as power here. Right? It will come as power. And the function as it is. Now to find this constant g of xk naught, we'll take when t equal to 0, x2 is nothing but x2 naught. Using this, put t equal to 0 and x2 is x2 naught, t is 0, right? So we are going to get g of xk naught equal to x2 naught. Using that, we get x2 equal to x2 naught into 1 plus t the whole square. Similarly, v3, same steps. See, separating the variables. Since xi naughts are fixed, we take a function of xk naught. We take log because there is log here. The 3 here will come as power, right? And we can find that function. That function will be x3 naught. So x3 is equal to x3 naught into 1 plus t whole cube. So 5, 6, 7 are nothing but the motion in what form? Material form. Material form. So once we have the motion in the material form, we can easily find the velocity in the material form. So this is the motion in the material form. Just now we found it. Now we want the velocity in the material form. What is V1? V1 is dou x1 by dou t with xi naughts fixed. Material form means what? Xi naughts are should be treated as constant or xi naughts fixed. So x1, V1 is nothing but x1. Now look at x1. x1 is here. Okay. So differentiate that with respect to t with x1 not constant. So t is, yeah, so it differentiated. So t differentiation is 1 there. So you're going to get x1 naught. So v1 is x1 naught. So we want v2 now. v2 is nothing but dou x2 by dou t with xi naughts fixed. So look at x2, that is here. So differentiate with respect to t, right? And x2 naught should be treated as constant. So x2 naught is constant as it is. You have the power 2 there. So differentiation. So 2 into 1 plus t and x2 naught as it is. That is our v2. Similarly, v3. So take x3. This is x3. Differentiate that x3 with respect to t with xi naughts fixed. And that's nothing but 3x3 naught into 1 plus t whole square. They are the velocities in the material form. And can we find the acceleration in material form? So these are the velocities. Take this, differentiate with respect to t with xi naughts fixed. Right? Okay. So acceleration now. So a1 is nothing but dou v1 by dou t xi naughts fixed. So look at the v1. Just now we have done equation 8. V1 is nothing but x1 naught. There is no t at all here. So A1 is 0. So look at A2. Differentiate this with respect to t. Right. So you're going to get what? X2 naught is constant. So 2 x2 naught. Right. Similarly, A3. A3. So A3, V3 is here. Okay, that is V3 here. So differentiate that with respect to t with xi naughts fixed. So x3 naught is constant as it is. So 3 x3 naught as it is. The power here, differentiation, no, it will become 6 x3 naught square into 1 plus t. This is the acceleration. So we find the acceleration in both spatial and material form, and we found velocity in the material form. That was the question they had asked, and we found the solution. Hence the solution. Okay, so let us stop now, and hope you remember the assignments, through the assignments, and show it in the next class.